Boom. We should be live. We should be good to go. Let me just refresh here, make sure. Is this going to load? There we go. Is this going to... Beautiful. What's up, CSL? How you doing, man? Rusty, what's up, bud? AKA RPM. Oh, dude, what's up, man? You changed your name? We're here with Gus's Custom Creations. Again, link to him down below. KGM is going to join us a little later. He's got a new toy to talk about, too. Link to him down below. But, yeah, we normally start these out kind of slow just to chat and catch up with you guys first and let it fill up a little bit. But today we're going to talk about the new Kraton EXB. I got the final version of the M2C motor mount for the Red Cat Vigilante. That's actually out now. We were testing it for him and stuff, and absolute beast. So what he came up with after the version I have, it's going to be a tank. But what's everybody else up to? What are you up to, Gus?
Looking at my EXB again. That way we can talk about it. So I got it to look at here.
Have you ran it yet?
I have not.
No,
it rained yesterday and snowed the day before, and the weather's just been
not cooperating.
Yep. Nope. Hoping today. It's supposed to be cold, but I don't think it's supposed to snow or anything. So
yeah, I'm hoping to get mine out because obviously I did my unboxing. If you guys haven't seen that, my unboxing video went up early this morning and the first run, and then today I'm gonna run it good. I'm gonna really test out the front bulkhead because if you guys know me at all, when I break stuff, it's front flips, and we're gonna try to do some flips with it today. So Massachusetts here, support you guys all. I appreciate it. H, how you doing, buddy? Wild Bill, what's up, man? How you doing? Addicted, what's up, buddy? Yeah, we're just like I said, we normally start these out a little slow, and then we'll get into chatting and whatnot. Kid Jim actually just put up a new video yesterday. I linked to him down below on his new toy he got. Check that out. It's actually a pretty cool comparison between the older Big Rock and the newer Big Rock. So check that out. It was I really like that comparison. It was actually a pretty solid video. I watched it last night. And then obviously I got my unboxing up early this morning. And Gus should have a video on his sometime soon when he gets his out there and ran. If his weather ever cool. Why can't I say that word? You know what I'm saying. If the weather doesn't suck. Joe, what's up, buddy? But yeah, again, Kid Jam's going to join us a little later. Let me move my microphone. I got to figure out. I need to get an extension for my mic. So when I do this stuff with my other table, I can actually move the microphone closer. So today, guys, if you guys please just let me know how the audio sounds and stuff. So because last week we lost audio for a second. So I have Gus coming through the speakers today. So if you guys can hear an echo or something, just let me know and I'll fix that. A few days ago, had the good time to speak to Avery over the phone with some questions about who, what person he is. Awesome. Yeah, Avery from M2C, if you guys don't know. That's he's like the guy you see in all the videos and stuff. He's the owner. Absolutely good dude. When I first got my Outcast 8S, I ordered the wrong shock shafts, and I called and he answered. And we talked for about 30, 40 minutes. Super good company. So it was and testing out this motor mount and stuff for the Vigilante. It was cool to see how much they care. They don't just crank out parts. That's why I see people say, oh, when's the motor mount coming? When's the motor mount coming? It's not like he's not working on it. He's done probably 4 iterations of that motor mount and test each version. So it's not like they're just throwing stuff out there and hoping it works. So it was actually really cool to see the process. All right, let's swap cameras. Boom. Shot. So again, the first run video on this truck is up and the unboxing. So the first thing I'm going to mention about this is these clipless bodies are really, really good in the sense that they're easy to get off. And I haven't, even on the Notorious, I haven't had it pop off at all. But where I run, especially on the Kraton now, this rear clipless setup is so far in the back. When the dirt flies up, because I have a lot of sand, it packs these. So if you watch the end of that video I posted, it's kind of a bear to get off just because it gets packed with the sand. The Notorious, not so much because it's more into the center of the body. So it actually doesn't pack with sand as much. But other than that, I think the bodies are actually a pretty cool design. I do really like how this has an extra little grab here. Honestly, I really wish they would do that to the front. So you can, because getting the front sometimes, especially if it's packed with sand, is kind of hard to get to. So if they can figure something out like this for the front, I think that would be really, really nice. If you guys are having trouble hearing me, just let me know. I'll talk louder. Yeah, H. Yeah, you ever around? Hit me up, dude. What do you think about this mechanism, Gus? I know you haven't ran the truck yet, but like you're the custom guy, so like you think this is a solid step in the right direction for a clipless setup? Because I've never really had that much luck with the Traxxas setup, except on the XRT. It does pop off, but not as much as like the X Max and the E-Revo.
Yeah, the only thing I worry about is durability of it. It looks like, there's a lot of parts in it, but that time will tell with that. But otherwise, how it works, it's pretty good. The front one is a little hard to get for me because I got big fingers, but
yeah, I had the same issue. That's why I really wish they would put like a grab handle like they did on the rear on the Kraton on the front. I don't see why they can't.
Should be able to.
Yeah, so I was actually looking at it, and honestly, I actually might sink a little screw on a 45-degree angle on the top and use that as a little lever. You know what I mean?
I wonder if you could almost trim the back one, order an extra back one, and make it fit in the front.
You might be able to. That's because the Notorious doesn't have anything in the rear like that. It's flat like this front one is. Mm-hmm. And like you said, it could be a bear if you get a little bit of dirt in there. But again, I haven't had the body pop off, so it's kind of like a devil's advocate, really. Like it holds on really good, but it can be kind of a bear sometimes. And then with the Notorious in the front, I had an issue around the back here. On the Kraton, it's actually spaced out further, but the Notorious, I have a little crack in the body, so when I push this down, the whole mechanism moves, so it doesn't disengage right away. So I put 2 zip ties in the corners, and it solved the issue immediately. Yep. So I feel like they should have a little bit more bracing. And on the front here, there's only 1 screw on the Kraton in the front, and as I push, you can kind of see it come off the body right there. Mm-hmm. Either 2 zip ties or screws. But again, first iteration into like their clipless setup, I think it's a pretty solid win. I have a feeling they'll probably tweak it down the road as more people use it and they see more things happen. But Chef or Gus, what tire is better and not that heavy for the Kraton 8S? Honestly, I'm a big fan of backflips, the ones that come on the Outcast. I run those on a lot of things. I have Badlands on my 12S, the ones that come on the beadlocks, but those are a heavy tire. I think for an 8S rig, honestly, regular backflips, the 8S backflips, I like them. They balloon enough. They grip. I just think they're a solid tire.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of guys run those on all of their fifth scale. Even they got them conversion kits for X Maxes.
Yeah, they just like they have like a Badland tread almost, but they're light. So like I think they're the best of both worlds, really. Chris, what's up, buddy? So if you guys watched again my first run video, I bet that my fire poker, it was a steel, like a pretty heavy gauge steel rod, and I hit it with the front of the truck and bent the crap out of the rod. But honestly, I went over this morning, first thing, real close. Nothing bent, nothing broke. Even that little cushion thing that I break on every RC car that's behind the front bumper didn't even break. So that's pretty solid. I noticed out of the box, I'm not getting full throw on my servo. I don't know if it's a setting on my controller or something's binding, but it feels nice and loose now. And if you guys watch my review on my Notorious, this part right here bent. So I had that issue. I wasn't getting full throw on the servo, and I swapped it out with a metal one that I had for a fifth scale. But the one on the Kraton is still straight right now, so I don't know what the issue is. Maybe a loose servo saver. I'm not sure yet. I gotta dig into that. But I appreciate that, Aditya. Yeah, hit that thumbs up. And if you don't like us, hit the thumbs down. Either way, it's awesome. You have the Kraton EXB V1 and the BLX V5. I like the new EXB, but can't decide if I really need another one or if I should get an X Max to go with the XRT Ultimate. Decisions. Yeah, honestly, if you have the V5, as you break stuff, you can kind of upgrade and make it an EXB. I think if you're in the market for a 6S truck and the Kraton is an option for you, like I said in my first run video, the bulkheads alone are $100 a piece. So it justifies the price right there, and let alone all the other goodies that are right out of the box. So honestly, you might want to go with the X Max just because you already have two. I have the V1, and this was so upgraded and stuff. I was like, I gotta test it out. But you having a V5, like I said, as you break stuff, you can kind of just make it an EXB.
Now, there's way more difference in this than I thought there was.
Oh yeah, 100%. Going from the V1 to this is like kind of night and day. And I grazed over it in my unboxing just because you guys know me. I'm not a technical guy. I called the capture things for the balls for steering, I call them ball holders. You know what I mean? So like you gotta take what I say with a grain of salt, but like I can see the differences. And again, there's somebody commented on the unboxing saying this person's whatever, but I give justice where justice is due. Say what you want about the person. Do RC, he did a breakdown of this truck when it came out and like literally took it apart and showed the differences. I think it's a really, really good breakdown of really what's different on this truck. So like I said, I give credit where credit's due. So I think that was a really good unboxing and or breakdown of the truck. Another big thing to note, I think the steering links on the front here are way thicker than the V1. The V1s are rinky dink. Have you noticed that, Gus?
Yep.
They're like way bulked up. And I can't wait for you to run this, Gus, because we talked about this before. These ESCs have been really impressing me lately.
Yep.
In the Kraton and the Notorious, it's almost like a sensor, but it's not, obviously. But they're very smooth and controllable. It's actually, I don't know what they did setting-wise, but they're really, really nice. Say what you want to about stock electronics, but I'm going out of the box here. It's pretty. I think it's a really nice ESC for an RTR for sure. Aditya, you broke a lot of steering links. So your V1, yeah, me too. So they're real beefy, like beefcake.
I know that there's going to be a lot of people happy about the new battery strap too. That's like twice as thick as the other one.
Oh yeah, 100%. I noticed that too. That's a diesel strap. I did break one on the Notorious, but it's that little one that goes across the battery.
Yeah.
I'm not really worried about that because I run those big 1.6S pack. So like even with that not there, it's not moving. That strap going a long ways across that battery is diesel. What else did you notice that was different, Gus?
Yeah, like you said, the links are for the steering. I think the axle shafts are bigger too.
I thought so too, actually.
Hold on. Let me grab mine 1 sec.
Yeah, I was just about to do that. So Gus is going to grab his V1 and really talk and check to see if these are bigger because I thought so too. I forgot to check them, but we're gonna check that right now. And again, I only have the one run on here. It was a light bash, but we're gonna beat it up today. I think we're really gonna test it because if you guys know me, once I start trying to do back flips, that's when I break stuff. I mean front flips.
I forgot I cooked a motor in this thing.
Oh, did you? What motor's in there?
I'm running the 160 ESC, but I had what do you call it? Hobby Wing 2250, I think they are. But I got what do you call it? A 1250 out of an 8S. I think I'm just going to throw in there.
Gotcha. So do the shafts look bigger?
Nope. And actually, the steering links on mine are the same.
Really?
Or maybe a hair bigger?
Because I know for a fact mine are tiny on my V1. I'll grab mine. I'll show you guys. Spin the camera around here. Sorry, forgive me. Mine's super dirty. Well, I don't know if you guys can see in there. The steering link is small. And the rod itself is small. Compared to this new one here.
Yeah, mine looks very close, but I can't find my damn caliper, so I can measure it.
Like the rod and the rod end is way bigger on mine. Maybe that was something they upgraded later on.
Yeah, because this one was one of the. When did I buy this one? A year ago? A little over a year ago? Oh no, 2 years ago already.
Because my V1 is like an early V1, like right after I fixed the diff issues.
Mm-hmm.
So that might have been something they also upgraded because they're definitely smaller on mine.
Yeah, I do have that one too. I wonder if that one's different.
Gus with all the EXBs.
Yeah, the older one is definitely smaller.
Yeah. What's in the box? What's up, buddy? How you doing? So another thing, again, if you watch my unboxing, I went over some of this, but I figured during the live I'll go over it too. This metal skid in the back, I think, is a pretty solid change. I know it's something small, but I've ripped off the plastic ones on 6S rigs, 8S rigs. I haven't had an issue with my Notorious or this. Obviously, I only have one run on this, but that little difference is actually pretty big for me. You know what I mean? So I'm digging that. And I think this EXP didn't have a skid. but that's where I snapped the chassis on my original EXP.
Yep.
So that'll help at least protect it a little bit. We'll see.
Yeah, this one didn't come with one either, but it's got one now because it's got the, see if you can see that on there. It's got that unique RPM wing on it, wing mount.
Oh, let me play up for a sec.
You can see how it goes.
Why do you not let me? There we go. There you go.
See, it's a skid all the way around the bottom.
Oh, yeah.
And it actually attaches into the wing.
Oh, wow. That's nice, actually. I've never seen that before.
Yep, that's the new RPM one, and I have not broken a bulkhead in the rear since I put that on there.
That was another issue, actually. My old EXB, I put a what's that company? Hot Racing?
Yep.
Aluminum bulkhead in the rear because I kept snapping the bulkhead because of the way, I think it had to do with the way the wing mount was set up and stuff. And you take a bad landing, it would just snap the top of that bulkhead off.
Yep.
But if you notice on the new one, it's pretty beefy with the way it mounts with the 4 screws in the rear and it swoops around in the front and then actually ties in down here. And I took one good ass end hit when I ran this, and it's been actually pretty good. Obviously, first run, we'll see as we beat on it some more. But I think that's a really good redesign on their part.
And it's actually got 6 screws in it.
6?
Yep.
Oh,
2 on the bottom and 4 on top.
Yeah, I think it's diesel.
I ain't going nowhere.
I'm curious, does the new V6 Kraton have the same kind of wing?
Probably, because I'm pretty sure.
So.
Yeah, because these have the extra piece that goes out to the side for extra strength. It feels almost like it's a harder plastic, though, than the old one was, but maybe not.
Yeah, it's hard to tell for me because I have the original RPM mount on my old one, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have any with the original mount anymore. I've updated them all because they all broke.
Yeah, so I'm really curious to see how this one holds up now. Obviously, you got your EXB shock towers, the aluminum bulkheads, the EXB shocks, and honestly, if this makes sense, it handles like a Kraton. So, like, they're really good at handling. They fly real flat and stuff. It's just all the goodies it comes with, it really justifies it. I really think so. I said it a few times in my unboxing, to be like, if you compare the new V6 that's not an EXB and try to put all these parts on there, you're more than what the EXBs cost.
Yep. I liked how they put this brace thing together. They tied it into like one block instead of having them 2 separate things, because I would break.
You want to show that on camera? I'll blow you up.
I don't know if you can see it or not, but like it's all tied into one block here. On the other one, this one is actually hooks to one piece that hooks to the top, and then this one hooks to another piece, and then it's now the whole thing is all tied in together.
So, like, yeah, they definitely beefed it up a lot. It's just, I've said this before before it was even out when we did the live on it. They don't really show you everything that's different on the truck. But there is a lot of good little tweaks besides the aluminum bulkheads. Everybody sees those. I know it's a really good thing. But overall, I'm telling you, if you're in the market for a success rig, you might want to look into this or the Notorious. I had a lot of fun with the Notorious. I did bend the shot tower, but if you watch that video, it's no fault to the truck. It's just my crappy driving. But I honestly think they really nailed it on this. We'll really know more when we both run it a little bit more and really start beating on them and find the weak spots, because everything has a weak point. So with the aluminum bulkheads and the aluminum chassis braces and stuff. Where's that energy going to go? What's going to break besides a bulkhead? Time will tell. But I think it's a really, really solid new design.
The only thing I wish they would have did, and I've only blown 2, so it's not a huge deal, is the center diff. I wish they had the aluminum housing on it, like they do to the EXB Mojave.
Yeah, and that's like another thing. They call it EXB, and all the EXB goodies, you think they might have would have put that on there, but the price would have went up more. Because again, if you look at all the EXB parts, it's kind of like they went to all the main things that break, and like the center, like you said, you blew 2.
Yep.
Like how many people are going to do that, and how many people are going to break a bulkhead? You know what I mean? So it's kind of like I feel like they kind of pick and choose like what's a more likely thing to break.
Yeah, and usually you only blow that when you're doing, like, for me, both of them I did trying to do off-road speed runs because I didn't have enough thick enough fluid in there, and the front tire started spinning so bad that it got hot and it just melted and exploded.
Yeah, and that's something like you can add to it. So if you want, but like you said, like Gus said, like he was doing off-road speed runs and stuff with the wrong diff weight and stuff. So stuff like that happens.
Yep. Yeah, that's why I just put a spool in it, because lock her up.
Yes, sir. I put the same RPM wing mount on my EXP Kraton. It's very nice. Nice.
Yep.
What's up, Michigan? How you doing? The new V6 wing mount likes to crack in the middle under the wing. Yeah, we'll see. Over time, I'm not saying wrong. I only have one run on here right now. But, yeah, that's if we come across that, I'll definitely point that out. Something to look for, though. Thanks for the heads up. So after we run it and take a couple bad hits, we'll definitely give it a look-see. So what are your guys' thoughts, like in chat, on the new EXP? Do you think it's overpriced? Do you think it's actually priced correctly? Are you like, they should have did this or that? Like, feel free, like, let us know what you think, because that's a beautiful thing about the hobby. Everybody's like, oh, they should have did this or that. But looking at it from my perspective, I think they did a pretty good job for it, because when the original EXP came out, it had some EXP stuff, but it's not. I felt like they should have had more EXP on it, because there was a lot of upgrades you could do with the first one. This one, it's like you could do the diff cases, front and rear, like the internals that make it metal. The center, you can make it metal.
Then there's the blocks for the hinge pins you can get.
Yeah.
And I think that's about it. Or maybe there might be an aluminum steering link piece for in here, I think. And I think it's pretty much got everything.
Yeah, so you got like, you figure 3 diff cases and hinge pin blocks. That's pretty much it. And me personally, I don't think I would change the hinge pin blocks to metal just because the bulkhead's metal. So I'd rather break a hinge pin block than bend a metal one and then have to replace a metal one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and actually, I don't think I've ever broken a stock one. Not on the 6S. I bent them.
I don't think I have either.
I bent them, but I don't think I've ever broken one.
So, like I said, when I start doing aluminum bulkheads on my things, even on my 12S, I kind of try to picture like, all right, so now that's pretty sturdy. Where is this going to transfer to? You know what I mean? So, I think, honestly, I think out of the box is set up pretty good. I can't wait for you to run yours because, again, with like the Notorious out of the box, I don't even want to touch it. Like, I think it's set up perfect out of the box. This with one run, I think it feels pretty good. I really know better once I run a few more packs to it. Chris, you think it's priced right? Yeah, I agree with you, bud. I think it's priced very well. Even to upgrade from Jenny's RC would cost more. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a definitely, like, you see it and you get the sticker shock, but then when you really sit there and think about it and just look at the upgrades you'd have to do to a regular V6 to make it like this, you're kind of like, oh, well, why not? You know? And I have to give them a shout out. These new handles on their Allens are clutch. Because, like, how many of us look at that T handle that used to come with these things and just be like, all right, that's going to go in the drawer in case I ever need a random thing, you know? And I've been actually using the ones that came with the Notorious quite often on other rigs. They're actually not bad. They're not the best quality, obviously, but they're way better than the T handles used to be.
Or the L ones that they come with.
Yeah, it's like pointless, you know? So I really think that was a really solid thing for them to change. And I know you're like, oh, you got this awesome RC. You're talking about a screwdriver. But when you start wrenching on these things,
especially if you're new.
Yeah, you're like, oh, wow, thank you. You know what I mean?
Yep. It also looks like it has enough clutch plates to rebuild the entire. There's shims. Yeah.
Yeah, like Gus said, it does come with shims for the diff. There's 2 more screwdrivers because I have a problem with buying new RC cars. There you go. That's actually, I never even looked into tools. That's what Gus is talking about. Like
one thing people asked about was these screws for the motor mount. They did change them, but they still did leave them a 2 millimeter. But they made they're deeper. You see how the cap is bigger, so the hole's deeper. So
yeah, definitely. So let's show you guys what Gus is talking about. I'm going to blow myself up for a second. So give me a second. This might get a little shaky because you guys are on the tripod. But we talked about this before, about the Arma motor screws. Like, if you looked at them wrong, they would basically just strip. They actually are deeper now and a little more bulky. They used to be completely rounded off, like at the top. But they're almost what's that called?
They're almost like a cap screw.
Yeah, there you go, cap screw. But they are definitely deeper, which is nice because that was like a known thing for all Armas from 8S, 6S. Like, you looked at them wrong and they just didn't bite enough. So that's actually a cool little thing that I didn't notice until Gus just said that.
Yeah, hopefully those work better. If not, it's not hard to change them out, but
you're changing lipos right now to rip your EXP today, testing big concepts, magmas for the first time. Nice, Sean.
The other thing too, it comes with the mud guards right away. Before you had to buy them aftermarket too.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And they're actually a bigger mud guard that actually goes all the way up to the body. Pretty nice.
Yeah, which they like. That's a pretty solid little update. So there's like a lot of, besides like the things that pop out to you, there's a lot of nice little things they did that just make sense.
Yeah, there's little tweaks that they didn't even post anything on the website about, but they're actually, and I didn't look at it real close. I'm not a very good unboxer. I just kind of like, here it is. And now that I'm actually looking at it, maybe I'll have to do another unboxing video again so I can cover everything.
Well, that was like me. I recorded my first one and I was like, that's poop. But I kept the unboxed part and then I kind of like reshot it like a few days of just me trying to talk about it. Because like, there's a lot of things I want, and I don't write nothing down. So there's a lot of things I wanted to say, and I was like all over the place. So I kind of just summed it up as fast as I could.
Yeah, and then also that's got a 2-piece upper brace, and then it's got like where it connects together in the middle.
The old one was one long rod.
Yep, I've never bent it. I know some guys have, but I've never bent mine.
Yeah, I never bent mine either. I did snap the rear of the chassis off and then swap it to M2C. But even with that, I never bent that metal rod in the middle, never bent. It just snapped. And
this one has aluminum center diff mount on both sides.
Yeah.
The old one, only the motor mount is aluminum, and then the other side with plastic. Boy, I keep finding more and more stuff.
Yeah, dude, it's like I said, it's a nice. I can't wait for you to run it. Like, I really want to see what you think. Obviously, I'm going to know before you guys because me and Gus talk every day. So, but definitely impressive truck.
It almost feels like it's got a little thicker oil in it too. I bet they almost got 60 in it.
Yeah, it rides really nice. Whatever they do have in there, because my yard's not flat by any means. It's a lot of whoops and stuff, and it soaked it up really nice. It was pretty plush.
Yep, and that's good because then I don't have to change it. Because this other Arma EXB was pretty much for Josh, but he never drove it. So this one I never upgraded. I should put some 60 in that one.
The sad part is my V1. I'm gonna pull the motor out, and she might just hang up on the wall for a while. You know what I mean?
I was kind of thinking that myself. I was like, I might just use. Well, I already have a parts one too.
Yeah, I was gonna sacrifice mine for parts. Like because eventually I'm gonna break an arm.
Yep.
I could just steal arms from that and just part her out. And then obviously it has the EXB braces. I don't see if I do something to bend a brace or break it, I did something epic. So, but it just you blow a shock and you just got spare shocks. Are the shock ends different?
I don't know, but I was just looking. The center brace mounts on with 2 screws now instead of 1. That'll be nice because I've sheared that off before.
Have you?
Yep. Which is kind of crazy. That means the chassis bent, but it's straightened back out. But I guess 70-75 is more springy.
Oh, you know what else I noticed, guys? Hold on. I think that's new.
What?
No, it's not. Mine's just melted for one. Mine caught on fire. I just noticed that there's actually a little piece of plastic on both that cover that gear for where your battery sit against it, so it doesn't suck your wire from your battery into the gear.
Oh,
but that's on the other one too.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of don't put that back on sometimes, or I trim it because I'm running weird gearing so it doesn't fit. And that's how I ruined that one battery when we were camping. The wire went through the gears.
Is that a second guard over the spur and pinion gears? Looks different than the V5.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's this new second guard. Yeah. And this 2050 kV motor in here, and like I said, this new ESC, again, say what you want. I know people like to put aftermarket in here. We're talking straight out of the box. Whatever they did to set these up, they feel so nice. It's very, very controllable. Oh, almost knocked the camera over.
From what I heard, there was supposed to be where the newer ones with the 32-bit like this one is, they actually, you can set the timing, but this one actually they adjusted it so at certain RPM or throttle positions, it actually increases or decreases timing and stuff, and that makes it more smooth.
Yeah, it feels it, man. They're actually, it's nice in the Notorious and this.
Yep.
Earl, what's up, buddy? Yeah, Earl, I've been doing, me and Gus have been doing, and KGM when he can come, Saturday morning RCs, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Saturday, man. Every Saturday, come join us every once in a while, man. But yeah, again, I feel like we only we're talking about a lot of little tweaks they did, but all those add up to a pretty solid thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's just the quality too. Like the plastics look better. Everything looks better. And I know some people would probably yell about it, but they actually oil the shafts now when they ship it, so the shafts don't get rusty.
Which is nice because, you look you look at you get a new RC in the mail, and obviously sometimes they're on a ship for who knows how long, and then they're in a truck, and then they're on a shelf, and you open it, and it's hot in containers and trucks, and you get condensation, and you open up your new toy, and there's surface rust. And like, yeah, it's surface rust, but it does kind of take away from your new toy. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah, and like when we got our 8S Outcast, those came with rusty shafts. Remember that? Because those they sat on the California coast waiting to get shipped for like 2 months or something like that. So
and Earl's came with no oil in the shops.
This was probably one of them they brought in by plane, and they took it. The pressure went shoved all the oil out.
Hard right now as I'm working 90 hours a week, but soon I'll be back. Nice, Earl. Well, you know, make the money while you can, dude. It's a lot of hours, a lot of work, but hell, make it while you can, dude. It's good to see you in here, though, Earl. I haven't talked to you in a minute, man. Man, I'm pumped to get this thing out today. Again, we're going to try to do some front flips, and that's when I really start testing the durability. I feel like this might front flip better than the Notorious, because the Notorious tends to, when you hit the front brake, since it's short, it kind of brings the ass end over on an angle and like flip, like almost like a cartwheel. I feel like this, since it flies so flat, it's going to probably rotate forward better.
Yeah, I was told, and I've never tried it, so I don't know. But it's if you have thicker diff fluid, it's supposed to be easier to do the tricks, because when you hit the brake, if one tire stops quicker than the other, because they, you know, one could spin and the other stop, it'll cause them to twist, and that gyro effect is what does it. And that's why they say if you put thick fluid in the front and rear diffs, it helps the control better.
That makes sense, because the ones that I do have like real thick fluid in the rear and the front, they do tend to front flip better.
Yep.
Yeah, it's been a while, Earl. Like I said, I'm happy after 90 hours of work, you still swing by. I appreciate that, dude. Maybe one day when you're not as busy and stuff, we can get you on an episode and just hang out. Like I said, it doesn't get crazy. It's only like an hour normally, hour and a half, and we just shoot the crap. If there's a new RC coming out, we talk about them, or we'll wrench. Last week I worked on the XRT. I put a new, is there a cat in my garage? And put a new collar on for the flywheel. Hold on. I gotta make sure there's a cat in here. No, it's just a weird shadow. And then obviously they're still rocking these copperhead tires. They're not bad. They sound like, when you run them, they sound almost like a jet. You know what I mean? They have that sound to them. It's a cool sound for sure. I might toss backflips on here just to see how it does, because like I said before, I'm a backflip guy. I really like that tire. But the copperheads have never really done me wrong, so I really can't talk bad about them. It's just, I don't know.
The only thing I've noticed is I would say they're probably both about the same, like off-road, but the backflips are probably better everywhere. The copperheads, they do not like blacktop very well. They just pretty much spin. They're like,
yeah, it's like ice.
Yeah, even though these feel softer, it might just be because they're new.
Yeah, my old Kraton are just beat up, so I really can't compare those.
Yeah, because mine have only got maybe a half tread on there, if that.
So you guys in chat, are you debating get one of these, or are you going to upgrade? Like, if you have a V6 already, are you going to slowly upgrade to make it like this, or are you just not interested? And you're like, meh, you know? Because like I said, everybody has their own likes and dislikes. You know, we don't judge here.
Yeah, the only thing you would really need, I think, is the bulkheads. Everything else is nice, but you don't really need it.
No. But knock on wood, I have to say, my stock Notorious 6S, even after when I bent that shot tower and it hit the ground and it sounded like a 22 long rifle going off,
Mm-hmm.
that bulkhead did not budge. I could have swore the bulkhead would have been done. The way how bad that front shot tower was bent, and the bulkhead is still 100% solid. And it's a plastic bulkhead. So I feel like even with the plastic stuff, I feel like they either did something to them or got a better quality plastic in, because I'd almost guarantee you if I did that with my V1 EXB, I think I would have broke the bulkhead. That hit so hard.
Did they put the two-piece center brace like on the Notorious too?
Yeah.
That could be part of it, because that helps it, because then it's, instead of this pushing on the back one, it's tied to the center, and that helps a lot to strengthen it up.
It
and
could.
that's why the M2C kit comes with a two-piece top brace.
Yeah. So, like I said, do you need EXP stuff? I really think it depends on what you're doing. Like, you do stupid stuff like that, like us, you're probably going to upgrade to that stuff eventually anyway. But I gotta say, man, that Notorious was super impressive out of the box, and this EXB first run got me excited. And you guys are gonna hear me compare it to a Notorious a lot, just because they're like the two new armors out, and obviously one's a stunt truck, one's not a stunt truck. So comparing them is going to be different, but they're supposed to handle different, because one is a stunt truck and one's not, But you can still do stunts, don't get me wrong. So it's not like you're not going to do flips and stuff with it.
Does the Notorious have wheels on the back?
Oh, like a wheelie bar?
Yeah.
I think so.
I know the old one did.
Let me go grab it. I'll be right back.
What's up, Jeremy?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
So you got the high wheelie bar on it. But it makes sense because they call it a stunt truck,
Yeah, I was just wondering, because I would like to have a wheelie bar, and I did have one on my other one, but I found that you broke the bulkhead worse with that wheelie bar on there, so I never put one back on. The way this one's
set up, though, it's up pretty high,
and
it has 3 screws that mount to the back of the wing mount, so it's actually pretty diesel.
Yeah, and I like that it's higher, because a lot of times you come down like right on the bottom of the butt, and that was where that wheel was, and then you,
yeah, and it would be here and just smash.
Yep.
But yeah, like I said, I think they're both really, really fun trucks. Obviously, you guys know me; I'm a stunt truck guy, so I like a short wheelbase. But there's something to be said about the longer wheelbase on the Kraton. It's a flat. Like, when I say flat flying truck, like, you take the Notorious off a ramp, it automatically wants to do this or this. So you got to really adjust. The Kraton is more of a, and then you can pull the trigger and adjust as you want. So they're different drive styles for different things. You know what I mean? So. Let's see here. You killed your rear bulkhead on the V6 Notorious. Yeah, it's going to happen. Are you going to upgrade to an EXP bulkhead? You got the V2 EXP. I'm only getting the body and mounts. Hey, dude, nothing wrong with that. BMX Park, yeah, that will do it, dude. Just got the 3S Big Rock and 4S Kraton on sale. Already had the V5 and V1 EXP. Very nice, dude. Jeremy, what's up, buddy? How are you? But yeah, it's a beast. I can't wait to get it back out. like I said, feel free to say what you want to in the comments. Obviously, don't be a butthole or you get shut, like you get thrown out of here. But yeah, everybody has their own opinion. So if you think it's crap, feel free, man. And then we got our third host of Saturday Morning RCs and the blue Powerpuff Girl from our thumbnails, KGM. He's got a new toy. Again, so if you guys start hearing a feedback or an echo, let me know. You guys are coming through a speaker. So if KGM starts talking and you guys hear it, let me know. I can adjust. But what's up, KGM? Are you muted? No, we can't hear you, bud. No, he'll be back. We had this issue last week. That's why I have you coming through a speaker. It's like StreamYard likes to randomly drop a Bluetooth device, and then you have to back out and reconnect. Mm-hmm. So I have my speaker. Obviously, my microphone's hardwired, and then I just have it coming through the speakers. But I had the microphone set up where it shouldn't pick up the speaker when you guys talk. So don't have the space for a Kraton. Hey, dude. That's fine. You can run 4S, 3S trucks.
I wonder if that's why last time I was having trouble and I just used my work headset because it wouldn't work. Like I hooked it up and tested and it didn't work.
Yeah, they're real picky. It's weird. And if you have any audio issue, you have to leave completely and come back. It's so annoying. But that's why I was like, forget it. And I can actually hear you better this week with that new microphone, or your headset, I should say. The Kraton 6S behaves like a stunt truck on 8S. I want to say that exactly, at least for me. Everybody has their own experiences. I know the Notorious 6S, I can easily pull a triple or a quadruple backflip off my ramp, but the Kraton, I could do a double, and if I really hit it hard, I could probably do a triple, but I'm going to need that air time to get that rotation. But the Notorious, I can do a double with like 2 feet of air. So, but like I said, each their own. Everybody has their own experience for sure. Is that Drave? What's up, Drave? How you doing, man? Hot racing bulkhead installed. Yeah, that's what I have on my V1 Kraton because those rear bulkheads did not like to stick together for me. Yeah, it's just much faster at doing flips on 8S is all. Yeah, no, 100%. You put bigger power in it for sure. But 6S versus 6S. And for me, I feel like this truck and the Notorious V6 I got, I think out of the box, I don't think it needs more power. It doesn't need to be geared. And I'm the guy who likes to get in the diffs and adjust and do all this stuff. But at least with the Notorious, I have over 10 packs through it. I don't want to touch that truck. I like it how it is. This one, time will tell. Once I get a few good runs in, when I don't have to go to work right after running, it's so hard to go back inside. Oh, I appreciate that, Dre. I appreciate you coming in here, too. We do these every Saturday, 9 a.m. We might skip a Saturday here and there because if I have something to do in the morning and stuff. But most of the time, I'm in the shop this time and working on stuff. So it's the perfect time to do live streams. Yeah, more wheel speed gives it more rotation. But I had an 8S set up in my V1, but I only ran it on 6S. And it was like the perfect setup. I had the original Outcast 8S RTR motor and ESC in the V1 Kraton and only ran it on 6S, and the thing handled great. But time will tell with this setup if I want to dick in diffs and stuff. But if it's anything set up like the Notorious, and again, I'm not trying to make this handle like the Notorious because the Notorious is set up to handle like the Notorious. This should handle like a Kraton. I don't want all my trucks to be exactly the same. You know what I mean? Because then what's the point of having different trucks? Besides, they're cool. I wonder if KGM's coming back. He should. Audio issues are the worst. But besides the new Kraton stuff, if you guys have, let me swap cameras. Boom. If you guys have a Red Cat Vigilante, we've been testing out the motor mount and stuff for M2C in the Vigilante, and he finally has the final iteration of the motor mount, and here it is, and it's live on their website right now. You can order them. It's going to be it's a diesel motor mount. He said it's probably one of the strongest he's ever made, and honestly, like just looking at this piece, like look at how thick this aluminum is. This is going to go between the shock towers or like the plastic wings that come up, and this goes on top of the motor mount. That's diesel, dude. Like that's no joke. And I think it's going to help stiffen the rear a little bit to help with that little bit of play that's always there. Time will tell how it holds up. I think it's going to do great because I think the iteration I have now is iteration 3 on there or whatever, and it's been holding up great. So this, just bulking it up that little bit more, I think it's going to be absolute beast mode. And we're running that 800 kV in that truck. No M2C for me. Weighs RC down too much. To each their own now. Yeah, I agree with you, Sean. But I feel like a motor mount, the aluminum motor mount with this adds very little weight because it's already an aluminum motor mount. And running the bigger motor, you can't really run bigger gears unless you swap out the motor mount because the way Red Cat designed it. So even if you just toss the motor mount in there, you're really not gaining much weight. Like this piece right here, plus the motor mount's designed in the same shape, you're really gaining whatever this weighs, a few ounces, if that. And then I think for chassis, if you bend a chassis or whatever, an M2C upgrade, not that much more weight, but way stronger. Because I've never had an issue with any of their chassis. But I get you. Like you start adding aluminum braces and especially to a plastic truck, yeah, 100%. It could be a lot of weight. All depends on how you set up the truck. Do you have a Truckified Typhon? That's my favorite. 6S. No, I have just the TLR tuned Typhon, but that thing's an absolute beast. I love that truck or that buggy. Gus has one too, a Typhon. He's a big fan of that, right? Gus?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of my favorites.
Yeah, no,
I want to make a Truckified Typhon, but
that's Bernsey had one, and
I'll have to get another one day.
First day.
Yeah, I almost was going to try I was almost going to try the Mojave arms on it because those are just a little bit longer than instead of going like some guys go all the way with Kraton arms.
Yeah, I agree with you. But honestly, I love the way that buggy is, so I really don't want to mess with it.
No, I would have to have another one on the side and make one separate. You know what I mean?
Sean, what Gus said. A lot of guys either put the Kraton arms on or you said the Mojave arms, so it's not as wide.
Yep.
And then we got KGM. Let's try this again. He is the other host of Saturday Morning RCs. Let's get him in here. He's got a new toy. KGM, what's up, buddy? Nope.
Oh.
Yep.
I'm just screwing around. I was moving.
Okay. Again, guys, if you can hear an echo of them talking again, let me know, please, because I can adjust that. But what's up, KDM? How you doing, bud?
Like you got a little bit of an echo too, but like a special effect echo a little bit.
Oh, that's just my shop.
Yeah, it's all right. It's okay. Mine's not movie quality. What's up, everybody? How we doing?
You have some extra Kraton arms? Perfect, dude. There you go. Slap them on there, put some tires on it, and send it, dude.
The what does the fire team have? The fire team has the Kraton arms, right? It's got that nice wide stance. Put them on.
Yeah, fire
Yeah, I
team
think
same's the Kraton.
KGM's Red Cat Vigilante vids were entertaining, Sean said.
Breaking stuff.
Did you get that new top plate for the mount yet?
No. Hopefully it shows up today.
Mine came FedEx this time.
Really?
Yeah, I was shocked. It normally comes postal service. I'm actually going to do a video later today on the upgrades and link to it in the description so you guys can get a better look up close. He did a really good install video, but I can show you like real world, like it's been getting beat on for a while, and just show you guys.
Yeah.
So what you got cooking, KGM? What are you up to?
Not much. Just chilling now. I'm now realizing all my microphones are dead, so I'm going to be charging those. And, go from there. I unboxed all that stuff, dropped that video.
What you unboxed? Tell us.
Oh yeah, that's right. So
why are you so secretive? It's already out to the public. Let us know.
We got this is the new Arma Big Rock 223S. They upgraded this truck. Completely different redesign. I mean, they still got the same arms and everything, but they beefed up the body. You got the new clipless body. Put you in frame.
Yeah, you're good.
Got this new clipless body here. And this Arma clipless system is actually Titty McFitty's.
Yeah, dude.
And they got these so it's basically what they've been doing with the 4S line chassis wise, and then they just put the Big Rock 3S parts into it. I'm happy with it. I think it was a good rebuy because I have had that one for forever.
That was the only truck you brought to the Dirty Jersey that didn't break, right?
It did break, but it's such a plastic chassis that you can just glue it all back together and it's good to go. They kept pulling the rod ends out, but they're just knurled on the end and glued in, so I just kept gluing it back in and sending it. Yeah, so I was surprised that it has a center diff now. I thought they were going to cheap out and just put adapt a slipper setup to the new transmission housing there, but that's cool. I'm not too keen on this 2-in-1 ESC receiver though.
I'm curious, when you pointed that out, I watched your video last night. When you pointed that out yesterday, I was like, oh, I didn't even know that. So I'm curious to see how that holds up.
And they derated the ESC. It used to come with it came with a 100 amp ESC in that version, or is it that version there came with a 100 amp ESC, and this one now comes with an 80 amp ESC.
What are your thoughts on that, Gus? They went from an 80 amp ESC to, 100 to an 80.
That's, I don't know, because the last one had issues. So,
well, and I mentioned that in my unbox video, Gus, because this BLX 100 ESC, it would get a delay. It would overamp, and then you couldn't use it for like 4 seconds until it recovered. So
Yeah, and that's why I was worried. I was like, why'd they put a smaller one there? Unless it's like a new style and it's upgraded, so it doesn't need to be as good. And the old one was just not the best programming or something. Hard to say.
I don't know, but I've got to look through the. Here, I'll look through the manual right now, see if it's even tunable.
You almost got the Vigilante, but due to aftermarket support and all the diff issues, I got an XRT that has been so fragile. I'm picking up a used Outcast 8S tomorrow to see if it's what I should have got. There you go. Sorry. I love the Outcast 8S setup. I'm kind of partial to, like I said, short wheelbase trucks and stuff. I do like my XRT. So I don't know what parts you think are fragile on that. I did snap the chassis, but I slammed it into a curb from about 25 feet up straight down. But other than that, the motor did blow up, but that wasn't my fault. I had a certain somebody, KGM, come visit, and he blowed the motor up. But other than that, it's actually, I've had a lot of fun with that truck. So I'm actually curious to see what you think is fragile on that truck. But I am an Outcast guy. I do enjoy the Outcast 8S. Hopefully you do too.
Mr. Tip, that's only a 3S truck.
Yeah.
That the Big Rock is a 3S, and then the Outcast and the Kraton are the 4S, but they use the same chassis. Definitely, like the drivetrain on the Big Rock is a lot. It's derated, for lack of a better term, compared to the Outcast. It's definitely got some honk to it with the axles and everything on that for the 4S system. But like the black truck behind me, that black Big Rock, I have a 120 amp Spectrum ESC in that, and I run 4S on that constantly because and that truck actually runs better on 4S than it does on 3S, for me at least.
The new 223s can run 4S. Well, I know the Big Rock is 3S.
No, the Big Rock cannot. If you put 4S in that truck, you're asking for a fire.
Yeah, you're gonna blow it up.
That's only an 80 amp ESC, man.
Yeah, most of them have overvoltage protection, so if you plug it in, it just won't turn on. Yeah, and that's why they call them 223 is because it's 223S, so you can run 2 or 3S, not 4S.
2. Why is it all backwards? Come on, man.
No, it was straight for us.
Was it?
Yeah. To be honest, I never drove the XRT in stock solid, all the electronics, while new and put a Max 5, 5611.8, 1100 kV in it, and a Magmas. Keep breaking pins, arms, so it's probably the tires. Yeah, I kept the stock tires on mine. I did run backflips on it a few times, and the other mashers or whatever they're called, I forget what they're called. But yeah, I never put too heavy of a tire, and honestly, I ran stock electronics until the motor blew, and then I put the stock motor from the Vigilante in there. I think no, it's a stock motor from the Kraton. I think it's the Kraton motor in there. So yeah, I haven't really bulked that truck up at all. I just ran it stock basically and had a blast with it. I think that thing's really actually a lot of fun stock. All I did was earplug the center diff. And then I put a Max 6 ESC in there just because the Traxxas ESCs are meh. But other than that, thing was awesome. I understand what you guys are saying. The ESC do take 4S and will run. All right, Mr. Tip, just keep an eye on your stuff, dude. That's if it's running and stuff, more power to you. But keep an eye on it, dude. It would suck to watch that thing go up in smoke, dude. And I have a feeling it wouldn't be warranted if you were running it on 4S.
I like. I'm reading through the dynamic stability control part of the manual, and it's making me laugh because it's like Spectrum DSC. This is basically a cheat mode enabled to make your bashing skills look legendary to your mates.
I don't. That's actually something to point out with this truck. Actually, the EXB doesn't have that help you steer stuff in there, which some people might think that's a downfall. I do not. If you bash your trucks real hard and you jump and do flips like we do, that makes that gyro freak out, and your tires go like this when you're going through the air and flipping and stuff, and you can land bad, and the tires are automatically turned because that gyro's freaking out, and it can rip it to one side, or like really you can blow up servos, you can break rod ends because of that. So I always turned it off anyway on bashing trucks. If for a speed truck or if you're gonna just do fast off-road stuff, I think it makes sense. But as soon as you start launching it in the air, that gyro just freaks out. Just get used to hitting a ramp straight. I'm not one to talk. I bent a metal rod because I missed my ramp. But still, like it just for bashing in my eyes, I don't think that should be even be on.
Right.
You think the Outcast would handle the Magmas better? I don't see why not. I don't know how heavy those are, like compared to like a Badland on beadlocks, because I know the Badlands on beadlocks for fish scales, those are heavy. But I only run those on my 12S rigs. Yeah, see, Addicted likes the XRT stock too. So, KJM, you getting that out today? Have you ran it at all?
No, it's the weather's still crap here. I don't want to go out and stand in it.
Me neither.
Can't say the same.
Yeah, it's gonna be cold today. Only 18. They're talking.
Oh, that's gross.
We're
Which is
supposed
weird.
to get into the 50s at some point this week. So, but
We almost did last week.
we get a full spring, and then all of a sudden it's back to crap again.
They are heavier than the Badlands a little bit. That's a pretty heavy tire then. I'll keep an eye on your temps, and you might have to gear a little different. Just because I just don't like running that heavy of a tire on like an 8S rig, really. Because I know it can turn them for sure. It's a lot of strain on the powertrain.
Yeah, and it depends. Like the heavier tires, I don't mind running on like a true fish scale, but they have like way bigger parts, like the axle shafts and all that stuff.
Yeah, like a DBXL or like two-stroke RCs. It's weird because they don't have that instant torque like an electric. But if you look at two-stroke RC parts, they're way beefier than a quote-unquote fish scale electric. You know what I mean? It's weird. I guess it's due to weight, maybe. I don't know.
Weight.
Yeah.
But you got to understand, like, the ones that, like, the aftermarket support for that is meant for stuff that runs these engines there.
You're running those crazy powerful engines.
Yeah.
I agree with no gyro for bashing. I only run my infraction fast on. Yeah, my infraction that I have that I convert to 8S. I like to have that on for that, but for bashing, I just don't think it's really needed. If anything, it kind of hurts you. And like Gus was saying, doesn't that affect like if you hit a ramp or whatever, it takes some of the power away?
Yeah, it shuts the throttle off. You can, if you have like a rugged or something like that, you can just turn off the throttle part, and then it's only the steering part, and then that's more tolerable. But with like the stock radio, I don't believe you can turn the throttle ABC off. Maybe you can in the control in the settings. I haven't checked the new ones yet.
So here, this is that part that I was talking about yesterday, guys.
Hold on, let me blow you up. This thing does not let me click. There we go. Solo layout. There you go.
So when they put the center diff transmissions in these trucks, they took away space for the length of your batteries, and all my batteries used to fit in this truck, all my 3S packs. But all this does is raise your battery tray here. It doesn't. You got to cut this out if you want to run certain batteries.
Break that Dremel out, dude.
I know, but it's almost like they built this truck so that you had to buy, because I'm going to cut it, but the normal consumer off the shelf is just going to be like, oh, I guess I'm going to have to buy Spectrum packs now.
Does that front piece come off? It looks like on the front of the battery box there's a piece that comes off.
No, this is
or the other side.
This is the only piece that comes off. And the other, and if
here, hold it up again. Give us a better shot.
Part in the back, you can't take this off because that's not going to do anything because it's the same.
Oh, there's part of the chassis underneath of it. You're saying?
Yeah, it's all molded in there. So
interesting.
My 4S packs fit because they're bricks. I've been running the 4S bricks.
Yeah,
we'll just have to convert this to 4S. That's going to be the easiest.
Do you those are those the surface packs you have of those, or are they the air ones? Because usually the air ones are that goofy long shape.
No, they're the car. These are Ovonic car, and then even like my 10,000s, the 10,000s are the same length as those Ovonic cars.
Interesting.
So, I mean, it's just something I noticed.
Oh yeah, it's definitely something to point out to people so they know,
I do think if I had a 3D printer and some skill, I could finagle something in here to bolt on top of this tray, and then I could fit full length packs in here. Because there's a spot to mount it in the back, and then there's a spot to mount it up the front.
Well, it's kind of like what Red Cat did with the Vigilante. You could have fit normal packs in there, like bigger packs. Like you had to space it up and all that stuff. Yeah, I upgraded all the gears to hopefully handle the power and tires, but I thought the arms would handle it because the arms I think aren't going to be the issue. It's just the heat from the extra weight and what's it called? Just the drivetrain itself. Like you might have to even tune the diffs accordingly to the weight.
What
time to tell though. Throw them on there and see what happens.
What truck is that for?
The 8S Outcast. He's talking about running these tires that are heavier than the Badlands that come on the beadlocks, and those are heavy. The ones I run on my 12S Kraton.
Run that on the stock truck? On the stock electronic?
Yeah, what kind of electronics do you have in there? What's up, Kyle Gus and Chef? What's up, John D? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, John, what's up, man?
Not your life. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Because like I said, I never really had good luck running a real heavy tire. Not so much. It was just more like a heat thing or just strain on the drivetrain. But I had good luck running them, obviously, on my Mega Kraton. But that's 12S and bulked up and crazy. But I was just never. And like Gus said, the other, like a two-stroke or like the DBXLs and stuff, those parts, like those tires are pretty solid on there. It's just like I just found like the Armas or the Traxxas fifth scales don't really like the real heavy tire.
Ooh, 1100 kV with that tire.
Yeah,
that's I mean, personally, I wouldn't run something turning that fast because the higher the kV, in my opinion, the lower your oomph.
Yeah, less torque.
Yeah, you don't have as much low end grunt.
These are all my technical terms. That's how I think of things. But with my Mega Kraton, it was a total accident how I ended up with it. But I got that 650 kV motor for the 8S. And my theory on that is I'm just going to keep throwing gear at it because you got that low end torque. So we'll see what happens with that. But it's that 1100 kV that would make me a little weary with a heavy tire like that. But that's just the way I like to run. I mean, you guys, you do how you want to run. It's your truck, your hobby. I'm not going to tell you it's wrong or right.
Yeah, I agree with KGM though. Like, honestly, dude, I would just keep the stock tires on it, man. Those backflips, dude. Save those tires for something else later on down the line, or throw them on there and just see. Just keep, like I said, keep on your temps and parts. Like your arms are like the last thing you should really worry about. You heard that. So I never bought heavy tires before, but the Magmas look so cool. I wanted to try it. Yeah, and honestly, that's part of the hobby. Try them. You know, like we could be 100% wrong, and you're like, these guys are stupid. But it all depends, like, on a lot of things, like your location, where you're running, like
how you drive, what you drive. Like, you know, if you just drive around a field, like some guys do that, etc. You never know.
So honestly, trial and error, dude. Give it a shot and come back next week and let us know how it holds up. We're curious. Because, like, we do things that we swear by, even between us. I could do something that I'm like, this has always been awesome for me. And KJM will do it and be like, well, this sucks. You know what I mean? So that's the cool thing about the hobby. Everybody has different experiences, you know?
That happens very frequent.
I'm testing my Magmas on my EXP today. There you go, bud. Yeah, just don't be afraid to test. Just, really just keep an eye on things because you never know.
How's that clipless body go on that Kraton? Where's the
you line it up and push down?
No, but where's the release on it is what I'm getting at. It's on the back?
No, I'm just messing with you.
One on the back and the front.
I'm curious to see. Oh, yeah, look at that right on the back there. That's cool how they made it like seamless. They integrated it.
Yeah, I wish they did something like that with the Notorious, because it has like a grab handle almost in the rear.
It doesn't take away from the styling of the body, is what I'm trying. Definitely cool.
And even with all the hits I took with the Notorious, that body never popped off. And with the first round with the Kraton, it never popped off. I just noticed since on the Kraton, the holes are further back than the Notorious, they tend to pack up with sand here faster than the Notorious because the Notorious one is more in the middle of the bed. Yeah. But other than that, I'm pretty impressed with their iteration. Me and Gus are talking about the front. We kind of want to try to design something, or even Gus talk about getting the rear and trying to make it work in the front, just because it is kind of a bear, especially like you have bigger fingers to try to push and pull at the same time. Mm-hmm. If they can put a clip on the front too, make it a little easier to get off.
What I was hoping they would have did was had like those pull rings you ever like on boats and stuff where they like fold in so you could just stick your finger in there. I wish that's what these were a pull instead. That'd have been pretty handy.
Yeah.
Addicted, did you accidentally delete these comments? I don't know why you deleted them.
He said damn fat dingers. Fat fingers?
No. The Dave comments about the ESC and stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, I might have been an accident. I've done that before. A body clip system looks solid. Yeah, it is so far. I only had I'll take off the Notorious body and show you. The only issue I had, but again, I beat the crap out of my stuff. So solo layout, boom. So the only issue I have with the front here is actually the lighting sucks here. Let me swap cameras. So the only issue I really had so far with this body, so if you see, I have 2 zip ties here. I cracked the body here and here. So when I push this mechanism down, the whole mechanism would move, and I couldn't get it out of the clip. So I'd like put my hand under there, hold it, and then push. So what I did was at the very ends of this front mount here, or I call it a squish plate because it kind of like squishes together through the hole. I put 2 zip ties to hold it so it doesn't flex there, and now it like completely fixed it. So that's something to look out for. If you guys start having issues getting this off, your body might have flexed or cracked, and the whole mechanism's moving. That was the only issue I had, and I feel like they should either move these screws out or put some kind of twist lock or something to support it back here a little bit better. But obviously, if you don't beat your truck up like I do and do stupid stuff, you shouldn't have an issue. But it was just something I came across.
So you know it's a real basher. It's got zip ties on it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, 2 little zip ties and it's perfectly solid. And this is what the rear on the Kraton looks like. I mean, no, the Notorious, the button for that. So the front one's kind of like it's basically the Kraton one, but this is the rear one. See how much it's more centered in the back? And I kind of wish it had like a pull tab or something like the Kraton has. Because it's not, don't get me wrong, I just took it off with one hand to show you guys. But it's just I wish it did have like some kind of, as you push, you can kind of grab it. But that's my only really critique on it. I do like the fact that it's more centered in the bed, because this one doesn't pack up with dirt like the Kraton did, because the Kraton's literally like at the end of the body. So a lot of the tire, like when you're turning, a lot of the dirt's flying right into the mechanism. So, and on the Notorious, it's not really an issue. But yeah, just stuff that I'm coming across having both trucks. I figure I'd show you guys. Fat Fingers gift up the truck. Oh yeah, no big deal, dude. I've done it before too. I just want to make sure. The servo's strong enough to move them. That's the first thing. Yeah, that's another thing to keep an eye on. It's a lot of weight on your servos. Jeremy, what's up, buddy? The light behind it washes out the view. Yeah, I know. I have my garage door open. I can fix that actually. I'll be right back. See, much better. Trey, yeah, he didn't mean to delete those comments, Trey. You're good. He just accidentally hit his phone and did it. Exo Cage RC runs the Magma's nasty tires for sure. Don't bash hard with them. Yeah, I haven't seen this video on them or anything, but they did well on the Cardama. Yeah, I know. It's honestly, even when it's that's closed, I still get washed out sometimes. I got to put a light above my TV.
I just put this box over my camera to try and shroud some of the glare, try and make it look a little bit more better for me.
That's actually works pretty good.
Yeah. Because before it was all blown out, it get like that weird glare.
But
I do have a light over my table, but I don't know if it kind of makes it worse or better.
it kind of lights up your face a little bit more, like you're looking up into the heavens.
But it's adjustable. It's got these wings on it. It's one of them. It's one of the ones from Harbor Freight that. Oh, Maybe it's a
Because
little
I
bit.
was just saying there, the camera frame, they get picked up. Yeah, I know, and it's just how they're mounted. But we'll cross that. We'll slowly get that. I can get diffusers or whatever, but I'm not too worried about it right now.
Got to get a ring light like a real streamer.
Yeah, I gotta get a ring light, and then I get that circle of light and all the stuff I'm showing.
Yeah. My boom mic should be here this week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Lights up your face. Showed up great. Yeah. So Slash, how you doing, buddy? I think we're actually where we at? Yeah, we're at 90 minutes. We're slowing down. I'm trying to keep these lives around an hour and a half. It's an easy rewatch for people, so if they're wrenching on stuff, they can kind of throw up the live or rewatch it or whatever. Because once you break almost 2 hours, they're hard to rewatch at that point.
Right.
But are you trying to get that Big Rock out this week, KJM?
It's a possibility. I don't know. It's a possibility for sure. I'm looking at the weather right now, honestly.
I know, Gus, you said you're going to try to get yours out today. It's cold, but you're Kraton, but it's cold, but you're going to try to get it out soon.
I might do it today because cold is probably better because then I could actually drive on the snow.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you don't sink.
Yep, because it's going to be a high of 18, so I'll wait till, I don't know, about noonish. And we should be able to go run.
That's shorts weather for you. 18?
Well, it's been shorts weather. It's been like 40, between 40 and 50 degrees for like the last 9 days until today. Well, I guess yesterday we only hit like 39, but spring's coming early this year.
Not
according to
the season, right?
Yeah.
Working on a new body right now. I'm going to show KGM. Very nice, dude. But I think.
Oh yeah.
But I think we're actually going to end it now-ish because, like I said, hour and a half. That's where we're trying to stick to. Because after an hour and a half of just continuously talking, you can kind of tell we kind of slow down. There's not much. So, So again, we got a link to Gus's Custom Creations down below. We got a link to KGM down below. KGM just posted last night a unboxing of his new Big Rock. Go check that out. It was actually a really cool comparison between his original one and the new one. He breaks it down. He actually takes it apart and shows the center diff, which, how dare you?
Nowhere on the box does it say that there's a center diff in that truck. So I do live under a rock.
No, dude, I don't care. That's we all would have did the same thing. And honestly, it was kind of good that you did. It showed that it was leaking. So
yeah,
check that out. There's a link to Gus's Custom Creations down there. Go check him out. He'll have a video up of the XRT at some point, hopefully soon, because he's got the same EXP as I do, but he wants to do a run video with the unboxing. Correct?
Who are you talking to, Gus?
Yeah, Gus.
What would you say? Sorry, I was looking at something.
You want to do a run video along with the unboxing for the EXP, right?
Yeah, I want to do like just a first little run, and that's why I haven't got it done yet because I started the unboxing and then I kind of did like a comparison at the same time, and that was kind of dumb, and and then I ran out of time too because I was trying to do it on my lunch break. So then I'm going to redo the unboxing again, and then now I can actually get the run video on.
Beautiful. So again, link to both of them down below. Check it out. Gus also has something really, really cool coming, and he's super excited, and I'm not as excited because it's not mine, but I'm still super excited, and it's still not delivered yet. But he has something really cool coming to his channel also. So check them both out. Again, I'm Chef Beardsley, KGM, Gus, link down below. Go check them out. We're going to end it like we always do. Wherever you are in the world, have a good morning, afternoon, or night, and catch us next week, Saturday, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's awesome.
That's
Eastern Standard Time, Saturday morning RCs. And yeah, it's been good, and I'm having a lot of fun doing these. So, guys, take it easy, and we will catch you next week.